Okay. Here we go. Oh, where's my other phone? Hey, Dontel, how are you? You doing all right tonight? I'm trying a whole new setup, y'all. It's a whole new setup. Can you hear me good? Hey, sister. Can you guys hear me all right? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. I got my microphone right here. Yeah, you can. Awesome. Oh, you like Dolly. I give my wreaths a name. Maybe y'all can help me name the wreath we make tonight. Y'all got to help me name it. All right. I got to figure out how to play the intro music. My brother-in-law is amazing with making beats, and he has made me some custom music for my channel. It was the music that was playing underneath me talking, and when I was making the fall wreath, I should say. And so that was his original music. So it was so good. And so I'm going to be putting some information in the description once this is over, in case anybody is looking for some original music that cannot be copyrighted. He's super reasonable. It's not free. It's reasonable though. And you can get you some original music. So yes, tonight we are making a holiday wreath. And I wanted to, I'm going to show you I'm going to go, make the table, the one you actually are seeing everything that I'm doing. But I'm going to tell you some of the things that you would need in order to do this. So the first thing and I guess I should say it's going to be called a swag wreath, because we're going to be using this stick to make it, where when most of the wreaths you see are like what I made the fall wreath out of. It was one of the circles that you could kind of get from the Dollar Tree. But I wanted to show y'all something a little different. Plus, I'm trying to keep the cost for you as the crafter low, so that when you go to sell this, you can make more side hustle money. So, absolutely shouting out James Miller, because he is amazing on the ones and twos, right? All right, so I'm going to show y'all this. Some of the time I might go off the camera because I got a whole lot of stuff going on over here to pull. Oh, thank you. This was, if anybody's ever seen the DTF hack, so this is 100% cotton shirt. I do not have a white Turner printer, so I use the DTF powder hack to make this. And then, of course, because I love bling, I don't know, I got so much light in here, I don't even know if y'all can see it's little blings on my sleeves, but thank you. All right, so this is a 5-gallon paint stick stirrer from the Home Depot. So the first thing is, this is free. I don't know if anybody knew that. Did y'all know that you could walk into the Home Depot, go up to the paint department, and ask them for the 5-gallon paint stick stirrers, and they will say to you, how many would you like? And you're going to get it for free. And so we're going to take our first piece of freebie, and that's what we're going to make our door swag out of. So when I went and snatched mine up, I snatched up 5. And she was like, is that enough? I'm like, yeah, I didn't want to be that girl that was like, give me all of them, right? Because I got to leave some for y'all. So this is what we're going to make our wreath out of. I did do some of the pre-work to try to make sure this live wasn't all night long. I really am trying to get my timing a lot better. So the first thing that I did pre-do, and you guys can see, what I think I'm going to do is make this the primary, because I don't need to see myself. Okay, so this is the way you set your wreath up. So if I had the blank one, and this is a self-healing cutting mat that I have underneath it, just so that as I'm using my hot glue. You know, it's not going to ruin the tablecloth or anything underneath. So basically what you want to do is you really want to find the center of your stick. Now, they should be just about even, but on average, you're probably looking at the stick being maybe 20, probably 22 inches. So your middle line is going to be 11 if you have your cutting mat. But honestly, I think you could just eyeball it, especially if you don't have a self-healing cutting mat. I would probably put some cardboard underneath to protect the surface that you're working on. And basically what you want to do is find the middle of the stick. And you see, I made mistakes. I was playing with the measurements to just kind of see how I wanted to line it up. But the customer, if you're going to sell these, they'll never see any of this. This is all going to get covered by the time we're done. So you want to find your middle, and then you want to go a couple of inches to each side, and then a couple of inches to each side, and then a couple of inches to each side. So if you're keeping count, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're going to have 3 on each side, and then you're going to have 1 in the middle. Now, you can always add more if you want to, and honestly, depending on the materials that you decide to use, you may need to put a few more in there just so that your swag stick looks nice and full. Now, number 8 is hanging out over here because this is the hook that I created, and you can see it here on the back. I've secured everything with glue, hot glue, just to make sure nothing moves once we start putting everything in. But I made my own little hook so that when I go to hang it up on the door hanger, we've already got our hook here and it's not going to come off. So this is the base for your wreath. Now, folks that got a saw, a miter saw and all that, they can cut this out of plywood themselves. But if you can just go to Home Depot and get it for free, I don't know why you wouldn't do that. So this is one of the first pieces that I prepped. And I am going to show you, though, how you put your pipe cleaners on your stick. So that's why I've got the blank one. I'm not going to measure. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes, though. And one of the things you're going to also need are pipe cleaners. They don't have to be glitter. That's just what I found at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. And you're going to get more than enough because, as you see, these are full-size pipe cleaners, and we're only using 8 of them. And I think in the package, you get like 20 or 25. So basically, you're going to have 2 types of setups for the sticks. So if we were doing this in the middle, all you're going to do is put the pipe cleaner, even it out, and twist it off to, I'm going to call this the top that's away from me and the bottom that's close to me. So I'm going to say you twist and you want to guide this pipe cleaner. The first one you put on, you want to guide it away from you. So all you do is even it out and do a twist, tight, and put it down. You're going to take the second one and you're going to do the same thing right next to that one. This is starting our base. So this time, instead of going away from me at the top, I'm going to come down and twist towards me at the bottom. So basically, the first setup has 2, one at the top and one at the bottom. Okay, so that's our middle. So remember, if I had pre-marked, I would go to the left or to the right, doesn't matter where I start. And then this time, though, I'm only going to put 1 pipe cleaner. And this one in the overhead, you guys can see me, I'm twisting right in the middle. And you can give it a couple good twists because we're going to actually end up cutting off the edges. And it doesn't have to be perfect, though. You try to get it as even as you can. So that will be our middle. So we got 2 as our start. And then to the right and the left of that, we're going to put a single pipe cleaner. Twist. So now, if this was the one, like I said, you can eyeball it, move it as you need, because you're going to glue down at the end. Now, when we get to the next 2 here, this is where we're going to repeat what we did in the middle. Here, we would do even, twist away from us towards the top to get the first part. And then we put the second one, twist towards us so that we get our second part. Twist them, put them together. And now we've got 2 here and 1 over here. So if we were to continue that, that's how we would end up with what you see right here. And then I just put a generous amount of hot glue right here in the middle so that they don't move. Because see how these will move if I'm not careful. And once we start twisting, we don't want that. But I glue last once I have all the pipe cleaners exactly where I want them. So I'm going to move this to the side. I don't see any questions about that. That's pretty self-explanatory. So now we have our stick ready, and I'm going to move this to the side for now because now we've got to get together what's actually going to go on here so that it doesn't stay looking like this. So I'm going to move this to the side for right now. And I told y'all I tried to save us some work. So over here, I have my Deco mesh, and I have it cut in 2 different sizes. And this is, I'll say, your preference. But for me, I prefer to have the longer ones up at the top, the bottom, and in the middle, and then the smaller cuts there. So the smaller cut, and maybe I should show, let me grab this so I can let you see. I picked this up from Walmart. It comes 2 in a package. It's the 36-foot Deco mesh. Let's bring it closer so you can see. It's 10 by 5 inches for 18 feet long, and you get 2 of them. Now, if you just go look in like the craft section, you're only going to find the individual ones. This is in the holiday shop when you go into Walmart. And as you can see, they're $7.96 for both of them. So that's really not bad. I mean, you're paying $4 for 2 sets, okay? When you cut at 18 inches, which is what the first cut is, you're going to end up getting 8 of them out of each roll. And we are going to use all 8 of them. I cut into the second one because I want 10. I like a nice full swag stick. And then I double this for the 2 ends that I really want to anchor the sign at the top and the bottom, because we're going to put a sign in the middle. So this I cut at 30 inches. And so as you see, my mat is not a 30-inch mat. So I measure to here, and then I pull to get what I need. I'm not going to go out and buy that big one. I don't think I even have a table in my apartment big enough for a bigger mat. So we got to work with what we got. So we are going to need our Deco mesh, and we're going to make the Cruffle method that I showed some of us a couple weeks ago in the video when we were preparing for the event. So how we'll do that, we'll get to them all at the same time in a second. The other thing that I tried to do to prepare us is I have 3 types of ribbon because we're going to make a bow. Now, I do have a bow maker machine that I got from Hobby Lobby when it was on clearance, but I'm not going to do the bow machine tonight. I want to show us how you can make it yourself if you don't have the bow machine, because you absolutely can make a hand cut bow very simply with your scissors and some pipe cleaner. So we have 3 different colors that we're going to use, and we cut these at 18 inches. So I have 3 of ribbon number 1. This is ribbon number 2, and this is ribbon number 3. This is what's going to create our bow, and I did save some cuts for us to have to do together. Now, we're not just going to put the mesh on there. We're also going to decorate with some ribbon embellishments. So what I have here is I have a burlap ribbon, and all my ribbons have wire in them. I don't know if I said that, so if I didn't, I apologize. I know that some people make wreaths without the wire, but I really think that the wire allows you to crinkle, bend, manipulate versus a flat ribbon with no wire to it. So this one I got from Michael's. I had it in my stash. I also had this in my stash, but Dollar Tree has some nice ribbons. The one thing that I would tell you, and I was telling my sister this earlier this evening when we were talking, if you get your ribbons from the Dollar Tree, your wire ribbons, and they do sell them, but I would suggest that you get 2 to 3 of those ribbon rolls, because most of the time, whether you're making a swag or certainly if you're using the wire wreaths, you're going to need a lot of ribbon. And so if you're going to do the ones where you pay $1.25, you're probably going to need 2 to 3 rolls for any of the ribbons that you like. And you probably need to get them at the same time, because you would hate to have to run out and now you got to go to Dollar Tree after Dollar Tree trying to find the ribbon that you were looking for. So we are also going to be using this. I picked up this little swag. This was also at Walmart and it was $3.44. So when it's time for us to decorate, we're going to use that. And then I know I probably hid it from, oh, I have my basket here with our ornaments because we are going to embellish, and I have a sign that I am repurposing. I already had it and I used it on a former wreath a couple holidays ago, and we're going to refresh her and put her on our wreath. So with that being said, the first thing that I want us to go ahead and do is prep the ribbons. So for the ribbons for the bow, I took 3 and I already made what they call a dovetail. And that's the little V at the bottom of your ribbon. We're going to dovetail all these ribbons, but we only need to do it on one side. So I'm going to show you how I did that just because I did it off camera. All you have to do is fold your ribbon in half, get your scissors, cut at an angle towards the wire, and there's your dovetail. So again, we're only going to do that on one side of the ribbon because you'll see in a minute how we make the bow. We won't even see the other side. This doesn't have to be perfect. You guys are going to see once we make it, it's going to look pretty. Despite that, y'all know I also keep my little trash bag behind me over here so that I don't have a bunch of cleanup to do when it's all said and done. All right, I'm going to do the same thing to the smaller one. And in case anybody wants to know, the ribbons that I'm using are 2.5 inches. And I think this one is the 1.5. But you can use any kind of wire ribbon that you have is okay. All right. So here are our 3 colors. We've dovetailed all of them. So now I'm going to get my pipe cleaner ready and I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So the first thing, we're going to put the dovetail to the right, and we're going to take our ribbon and we're going to fold in a little bit past the halfway point, right? And then I'm going to squish it up together like that, and I'm going to put it inside my hand to hold on to it. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to do my next one the same way. I'm going to come in a little bit past the halfway point, and then I'm going to pinch them together. And then actually I should alternate them so that when we start to fluff. So the same thing with the larger one. Come in a little bit past the halfway mark. Pinch it together like you're pinching a pie crust, and put that inside and let your fingers hold it for you. We're going to get our third one. We have also done the same thing. The other thing I love about a wire ribbon is when it doesn't have any words on it, you can use either side of it and it's going to be okay. All right, so we're pinching our third one, just bringing them together, and we're putting that in here. We're going to fluff a ribbon. I know y'all looking at it thinking, how's that going to become something? But I promise it is. So let's go back and let's get our second piece. Pinch in here. Still got it. Next, we use our Merry Christmas. Fold it in half. Thank you. I love this ribbon too. The good thing is I had some of it already. And I love when I don't have to go out and buy something. I love that. Now, if you're doing this for a customer or, because I wanted you all to know how to do this because, my business of this, making wreaths, is not my normal business model. Y'all all know my small business is about sororities. And but I love crafting. And so I made my very own wreath one time. And people saw it and friends saw it and were like, I want you to make me one. So it's not my prominent business, but during the holiday season, it is an opportunity for me to make some nice money from it because they sell them online, but they're not custom. They're not the colors that maybe somebody wants. And so if they have a special color theme in mind, or, I've been seeing a lot of what is it, blue and pink and red as a holiday mixture. So, you know, but if you make a wreath for someone or swags are less expensive to me than the wreath. So, you know, you can invest. I mean, if you're counting so far, our ribbons cost $1.25, and the ribbons that I got from Walmart or Hobby Lobby were already in my stash because I am the first customer that they see the day after Christmas, because all of this stuff is going to go 50, 60, 70% off before you can blink. So that's where you want to stock up. So the next thing I'm going to do, I got all my ribbons together. I'm going to take a full-size pipe cleaner. I'm going to fold it in half like a V, and I'm just going to bring it straight down over the ribbons where I've been pinching them. And now I'm just going to take this pipe cleaner, tighten really good, and I'm going to give it a good twist. Twist, 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 twist. Ooh, I think I just broke it. Let's do that again, because pipe cleaner trying to be broken. Yep, I think it did. I got a little too aggressive with my twisting, y'all. All right. So now all of my dovetails. So now I'm going to go ahead and fluff it out. So remember, we got our ribbon. So the good part is it's got wire in it. So basically what you want to do is start to open it up, because this is going to end up going flat under the sign, which I got to remember where I put the sign. I'm looking around and I don't see it, but by the time we get to apply it, we'll find it. So I'm going to open it up and use the wire to stretch it out. Thank you. I see we got a few folks in here visiting. Where y'all from? I know my day ones are. I know where they at, but where are the rest of y'all from? Is this anybody ever made a wreath before, or is this gonna be your first one? As I'm fluffing this out, that's what we call this. This is fluffing. I'm fluffing it out, and now I'm gonna take the loops and I'm gonna start to build my loops out. And actually, see, I want to stop myself because I want a little bit more of the ribbon, the bow, to have longer tails. So the good thing about when you're dealing with pipe cleaners, because you're not taping them down. Australia, oh my gosh. Hey, Charlotte, North Carolina, that's amazing. And Australia, I think you're a first. I'm so excited. I want to go to Australia. All right, guys. So y'all saw me take it off. The reason I'm doing that is because I want my tails to come down a little longer. So I'm going to come up a little bit higher so I get more fluff there. So I'm going to take a second pipe cleaner, cut a V, and then I'm going to go ahead and do it again. So let's do our twist again. You never done it from New Orleans? Hi, Felicia from New Orleans. I love New Orleans. And thank you, Donzel. It's so important. I always forget to ask everybody to like and subscribe. Donzel be keeping me honest. I'm so grateful. I love New Orleans. I went there for my birthday once. It was amazing. All right. So I'm twisting my pipe cleaner. I'll cut that off in a minute. So let's go back to what we were doing. Let's fluff. So it really doesn't matter what order you fluff the bow in. It doesn't matter. You're just opening it up and creating the loop that we started, right? And then we're just going to open them up, and they will get flat as you work. But once we get to the sign, there's always one last fluff before we go and hang it up or what have you. So all we're doing now is opening it up and fluffing down our ribbon. This is the bow. And honestly, this is last, and we could have did it last, but I already had it out and those ribbons were in front of me. And then with this, what we want to do underneath, because this we're going to actually glue down. Can you see it starting to come together? Never done it. Don't be afraid. All you need is some ribbon with some wire in it. And if you're just joining us, when I bring the stick back on, we're actually making a swag to hang on your door. The swag stick is free. Now, I don't know. In Australia, do you have like a home store like Home Depot or Lowe's, like a home improvement store where builders go to get the products and things that they need when they build in houses. Because if you do, that's where you can get the free swag sticks. They don't charge for it. Now, obviously, if you have the ability to cut your own, you can. But like I was telling everybody earlier, I don't have that capacity. So when I found out you could go get a free stick from the home improvement store, and the lady said, "How many would you like?" I said 5. She said, "Is that enough?" I thought I was going to say, "Give me all of them," but I can't be like that. Got to share the wealth. All right, guys. So there's our bow. What do you think? Easy to, oh, you do? Perfect. Free at the paint department. So that's our bow. That's what's going to go on our swag stick when we're done. So now we know, and we're going to leave this on, okay? We are not going to cut our wire, our pipe cleaner, because that's what we're going to use to affix the bow to the actual wreath, okay? So we're going to hold on to that, okay? So I'm going to move this to the side. We've got our hot glue gun going on over there. This is the stick that we're starting from if you're joining us. And you can watch the replay to see how I prepped it. But this is the free stick. It's a 5-gallon paint stirrer stick from the Home Depot. It's free, and they'll give you as many as you need. All right, so now we've got to get our Cruffle method together, right? And what is that? That is our method for using our Deco mesh. You can get your Deco mesh from anywhere that sells it. You don't have to get it from any one particular place. This is all about colors. If you have a Hobby Lobby, they have all of their Christmas is on sale for 50% off. Everything in the entire store. So that might be of interest if you decide to do this project. And again, we cut this at 18 inches in some sections and 30 inches in the next. So how do we make our Cruffle method? The mesh is automatically ready to roll up, as you can see. So you want something that you can use to try to hold it down while you start on one side. So I'm trying to be on the camera so you can see it. All right, so here we go. For the Cruffle method, it is the mix. What is the child of the curl and the ruffle, okay? So you start at the edge that you've cut. I use my rotary cutter, but you can absolutely use scissors. And you want to start a curl. You're going to roll it. There's no right or wrong to this. The smaller, hey, Shay, the smaller you roll it, the tighter the curl, okay? But you want to roll a good 4 to 5 times, okay? And then once you got that one rolled, I had some clips that I got from the Dollar Tree, but of course, when I needed to find them, I sure couldn't find them, right? So I don't even think I did 4 to 5. So let's do one more. And then I got my little mug holder, y'all. That was so ghetto. Don't say nothing. Don't judge me, y'all. I couldn't find it. I looked, I promise. My sister could tell y'all. I tried to find it. So I'm going to hold it down over there. We got to use what we got. All right. Now I'm going to roll the other side. And I'm going to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice little roll, right? So I got one side rolled. I got a curl here, and I got a curl here. Now the curls got to come together and meet. So I'm going to use my pincher finger, and I'm going to hold it with my thumb and my pointer, and I'm going to use my others. Now, I like to spread my fingers out so that when I'm gathering, just like we pinched the pie a minute ago, I'm going to do that. But I like to do that so that the ruffles can be seen on the end. So I'm holding them with my thumb, and I'm just going to walk myself toward it. Your goal when you first start doing it, you're going to actually pull it to you, but you don't want to do that. You got to practice pinching and coming toward it. So now that I'm up to the other one, just going to bring them all together and pinch in the middle. And there's my ruffles here along the side, and here are my curls. You see? So now that I have that, I got my first one done. I'm going to grab our stick. I'm going to bring our stick over here. Now, the pipe cleaners, remember, we got anchors and then we got our doubles. I'm going to put the 30-inch one at the end. So for this one, since that's the first one that I rolled, I'm going to use the one that's away from me, the one at the top. So I'm going to open it up. Because I want my ruffles to show on the side, I'm going to put it down, and I'm going to take my pipe cleaner that's already there. I'm going to pull it tight. Remember, it's glued down, so it's not going anywhere. I'm going to tighten it, and then I'm going to give it a few good twists. And I still got some left, and we'll deal with that later. But right now, we got our first piece on. I'm going to go ahead and do the second piece that's short like that. So then I'll go to our 30-inch. So I apologize for having to move it back and forth this way, but this is what we have to do when we are running a little small business out of a small confined space, y'all. We got to get creative, right? We got to use our space and do what we can. So I'm going to slide this on around, put my makeshift holder. Dollar Tree does sell those clips because I know they outside on my patio somewhere in one of my containers, because when I spray paint, I use the little clips to keep the tablecloth down, but it's dark outside and I'm scared of stuff that be crawling out there, them little lizards in Florida, so I ain't going out there tonight. I said, y'all understand. All right, so we're gonna roll our second cruffle. Remember, I'm coming to the edge and I'm walking towards the other side. Now, once I get over there, I can grab it and walk myself up some more. And the beautiful thing about this method, y'all, is it does not have to be perfect, because once it's on that wreath, it's going to look amazing. You're not even going to see. So now we're going to go to our other side, the one that was closest to us, right? So we're going to open up the pipe cleaner. We're going to put it down. We're going to pull up. And sometimes the mesh will try to come on back up, but just push it down. You cannot break it. Mesh will come back. I have stuffed a wreath in my closet where my I have stuffed a wreath in my closet where my air conditioner unit is, and she come right on back out fluff the next year. She ready for business. So you cannot break it. This is a very, very forgiving project, which is why I love it. Yes, y'all already know blue is my favorite color, but for the holidays, sometimes I'm going to do a blue one. You know I got to do a blue one. My outside exterior of my apartment is red decor because I made outside decor for my neighbors too, so I can't just force them to have blue. But I do love, y'all going to love the outcome of this. I think it's going to be very pretty. All right, so I'm going to roll the other half. And then, now this is the 30-inch, y'all. So this one is definitely more material, but that's okay. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use my fingers, and I'm coming towards the other one. Lift that up, walk it in. Much bigger, as y'all can see. More ribbon, more ruffle, but it's okay because, and actually I got it a little uneven, but again, such a forgiving project that you can do that. So this one is going to go at our bottom because I really want to have a, let's do it this way. I really want to have the bottom be nice and full. So here's the 30-inch. I'm twisting my pipe cleaner nice and good. Don't worry, we're going to fluff and you're not going to see nothing in the middle. But so far, so far. All right, so now we're just going to knock out these other few. This looks like another one of my big ones, so I'm going to put that to the side and stick with my small ones. Okay. You're not even a fan of red? What have you been working on, Shay? You been crafting anything? And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'm a little baby YouTuber just getting started. I've only had my channel since May. And I've wanted to do it for 4 years. I wanted a YouTube channel. And I was just too nervous and too scared to just bet on myself and do it. But it was a creative outlet that I've been wanting to do. And I finally did it. And now I've got to meet great people like Shay and Donzel and Karen. And they're also supportive. my sister always lets me try all my creativity out on her and her family. So, all right. So I'm pinching again. This part is a little repetitious. And in a video, I would have sped this up. But I want to do it enough times. And I wanted to do it live because I was in a live with some of the other folks the other day. And we got to talking. And I asked, did anybody ever do a wreath before? And most people had said that they had never done one. They had never done one. And I thought to myself, they probably spending all their own money on these wreaths out there and they could do it themselves. All right, so that's our second one that's on. Grab some more. And the beautiful thing too about this, guys, is if you do it and then you get to notice and think to yourself, I need a little bit more fluffing of the, walk it up, walk it up, walk it up. I need a little bit more. You can always get more and come back in, and I'll show you guys that. So that's where our double one needs to go. All right, so twist it around. I prefer to put them sideways so that when I open them up, they can cover more space on the stick, but you can also turn them the opposite way. I've actually seen people come back in and do long and short. So you can absolutely do that. Actually, I think that one was supposed to be, was that one supposed to be my big one? I think that was. I think that was supposed to be the big one, but that's okay. All right, let's get our next piece. I used to have a long rectangular dining room table long before I was crafting. That would have been a perfect kind of table for these kind of projects. This little circular table, I'd be having to work her real hard. Did everybody see my wreath that I did when I made Dolly? That's what I called the fall wreath with the little scarecrow. I released that video last week, I think. I'm walking it up. And we just cruffling. Anybody going to the Home Depot to get them the free sticks? Because don't let them free sticks pass you by. Put on the second one. And this one is going on the one that's away from us. Tighten and twist. There's amazing crafters that do wreaths. One of my very, very favorite one is, oh my God, her name just escaped me. Holly Hobbies. That's her name. She makes such amazing wreaths. Y'all, if you haven't checked her out, you have to check her out. It's Holly Hobbies. She did some for Halloween that were so stinking cute. That she's inspired me. I'm gonna try some next Halloween. I really am, because that's one of my favorite holidays. All right, so we're cruffling. We've got a couple more sides to go, and then we're gonna decorate. I told them in the beginning when I came on, help me come up with a name. I like to name my wreaths. So Dolly was my fall wreath, and even though this is a swag, what you think the name should be? The sign says "Let It Snow" that we're gonna put on here. So help me be creative and come up with a name, y'all, for my wreath. All right, so we want to go long ways. So let's turn there. Anybody got big plans for Thanksgiving? I know we're making a holiday wreath, but what y'all doing for Thanksgiving? Need to come bring my plate. I know my sister gonna be cooking up something amazing, and she all the way in the Carolinas. I can't even go get no food. She's an amazing cook. All right, now we're back up to another double one. So I think what I want to do though, I want to go back and I want to add a couple more in there because it looks like I'm gonna have more. So I must have cut more than I thought, but that's okay. I wish I could come for Thanksgiving too. The Red Snow Baby, that's cute. That's a cute name. All right, first side. Donzel, do you have to work for Thanksgiving or on the holiday? I usually work the day after for my day job. All right, Cruffles coming along great. Let's go ahead and get this one. This is our double one. We'll put the first one on at the top, twist and tighten. All right. And you, oh, you watched the parade? Do you watch the parade? Got so many long ones. My sister and them used to live in New York. They used to get to see it all the time. Okay, I really feel like I mixed up one of these cuts because one feel, okay, I was gonna say one feels super long. Oh, you do it for the extra time? Yeah, I don't blame you for that. All right, we're almost there, guys. I know this part. I debated on if I should have did half of the wreath before, if half of that before we got on, just so that we could get to the decorating part. But I know when I'm trying to learn something, I want to see it from the very beginning part of it, because I'm just a very visual learner. And so I hope that's okay that I didn't do all of the pre before we got together, because I just want to make sure that everybody sees it from the beginning process, and then you can kind of take it from there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this one in. And then we got an extra long one. And then we're going to look and see what needs a little bit extra before we add the ribbon bundles. Because, see, we're going to need all of these pipe cleaners to help us with that. So now we got our extra long one. And that's what this one is. I'm going to move the stick again for a second. Those buttons out there. Oh, thank you. I used to teach preschool when I was in college. I thought I was going to be a teacher. I really did. Okay, so I want to show y'all this. See how when I cut it, it was straight, but now that I'm looking at it, it's uneven. And even though it is a forgiven project, that's too uneven on the edge of that cut. It's going to make it look weird with the cruffle. So I will come back in with my rotary cutter, and I'm just going to use the line here to try to, I think I got my ruler somewhere. I don't like how diagonally that's looking. It looks a little crazy. So I need to even this part out just a little bit so that the row can look right. Come on. There we go. All right, I'm going to even that out. Okay, there we go. I can live with that now. I know I could have probably let it go, but I want when it curls, it's going to fray a little bit anyway because Deco Mesh just does that. But you want it to try to have it in a curl that you can actually do. All right. And because this one is longer, I'm making the curl a little bit more. So I'm going to take that, switch it around. As you can see, we got a lot more mesh to work with the 30-inch cut. All right, and we're going to put this one at the end by the hook. All right, we got our curl, and now we're going to just walk ourselves on in like we did with the other one. Come on up to it, move that out the way, and keep pinching and walking until we get there. All right. Even that out. We got it. All right. So we're going to come in long ways, remember? And so we're going to twist this, come up, tight, and twist. All right. So this is where we are so far. Raise it up just a little bit. This is where we are so far. So now I can still see the sticks. Now, something you can do if you decided, you know what, I think I want to sell these. What I would recommend that you do, even if you're making it for somebody, I probably would still recommend this. So sometimes you can either cover the paint stick with permanent vinyl and seal it down, right? So you could cover it. You could spray paint it. Spray painting, you're gonna have to let the paint dry. So that may take the project longer. But the other thing that you would want to do if you are going to sell it is I would get a piece of felt. It's a very inexpensive. You could get it from Michael's or Joann's or Hobby Lobby. And I would cover this with felt so they would never see the back. All they would see would be the hook. And nobody's going to go taking the wreath apart once they done paid the money for it. So you can get away with that. All right. So this is where we sit so far. And because I can still see a couple of little pieces, this is where I get to ask myself, what else might I want to add to it? Since I told y'all I had some extra mesh, right? I cut some extra mesh. So I could come back in, and if I'm looking, looks like I probably could put something right here. There's a nice little space. So I'm going to cruffle one right there. We're going to go ahead and use our materials because we already cut it, so we don't want to waste, right? We don't want to waste our materials. So we're going to go ahead and do one more cruffle there. This is one of our long pieces, as you can see. And it will stick. Now, it'll be like fly paper, so I'm going to use the scissors. And it's not even really heavy enough to hold it down, but it's going to have to work. All right, we're going to curl again. Get ourselves our little row. And then walk our way up to, grab that. Now we've got our other piece. Bring her back. And we see where we want to put her. Now, I'm not going to go long ways. I'm going to come the opposite way this time so that I can cover more of that stick. So here's my pipe cleaner. Same one, pull up, twist, 2, 3 good times. And now it's covered up. Can't see it. It's gone. So now I'm going to look, where else do I need it? So we probably think see, I don't have a stick right there, but I got some room right here. So that's a good place for the second one. We only have 3 more pieces that we cut. So we're going to go ahead and use them. I saw somebody else do it this way too. Now, the other thing is I could leave it be, and I could use ornaments because we do have some ornaments that we're going to use momentarily, but that's not heavy enough to hold it. I'd rather use the mesh that I already cut because the next wreath that I'm going to do is going to be a different color. It's not going to even use this. So that'll be waste, and waste costs us money. That chips into our profits. So we don't like to do that. We don't like to waste over here. We craft for money. So, all right. So we got this one, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to twist this long ways. We're going to go ahead and put this one down right here. We're going to come up with our pipe cleaner. It's already there. Tight and twist. All right. So here we are so far. And let me put it on this camera now. All right. So here we are. This is our swag so far. If it was hanging on our door, this is how it would be hanging. So far, so good, right? All this from 1 roll and a quarter of deco mesh. And I do still have one, but right now I feel like it looks okay. So I think we're going to add the rest and hold on to this. I may find a place to put it later within it. So the next thing I want us to do with our other ribbons, because now we have our outside. So let's take y'all back to the main camera. All right, so we have our outside now. Move this out the way. And now we have some of the ribbon that we cut. These we cut at 8 inches on our cutting mat, okay? So we don't need this anymore. So what I'm going to do is I am going to move my scissors. I'm going to slide this here so y'all can see the ribbon. So we got 2 different kinds. This one is just the standard one I got from the Dollar Tree. This one, I think I know I already had it, but I think I got this one from Michael's on clearance when the holiday was over. So basically what we're going to do here, and actually, first piece, and you take the second piece. Come on camera a little better. You guys see that? X. All right, so this is our X, and they're cut in the same amount. Now there's 2 ways we could do this. We could pinch, leave them like this, and we could walk them up and pinch them together like this and make the bow. And then we could bend it, and then we could stick it in. Now, this to me is running into this. You almost won't see it. So, and I didn't really think about that when I was first choosing my colors. So it may wash out, and we may have to use some more of our ornaments to really get that contrast that we need. But the other way is you could put an X, like lay them on top of one another and pinch them together. So you can either pinch them in the middle, or you can pinch them as the X and then bend them. And again, that's why I told y'all I like the wire ribbon, because it's going to let me bend them to the way I want them to go. So I've got my middle, and I'm going to come inside where I've got my pipe cleaners. And because I want y'all to see the bottom, ribbons falling everywhere, y'all. I want you to see the bottom though. So here we had our pipe cleaner waiting. We're going to come back in with our ribbon. We're going to twist, get us a good twist. And now it's starting to give us color inside the wreath. And see how that thick was showing, but now you're not going to see it. And then in my mind, the white was going to pop out. So y'all tell me once we put them in, if you think we need another color to help offset it. So I'm going to I think I'm going to go ahead and do the cross method of it and just pinch them and walk them in, because that's what we've been doing all night anyway. So I'm going to do it that way. And then here, you add this where you want to add this, okay? There is no right or wrong. You're just going to come in, grab your 2 pipe cleaners, tighten, and twist. And once you get them in, we can come back and fluff. Because remember, they're bendable. So we can use our fingers to bend the ribbon in the way we want it to be so that it can show through. So we're going to take another set, cross them. Now we're going to move down the wreath, right? Because we don't want everything to bunch up at the top. We don't want to do that. So we got to come down. Now remember, we got some off on the side. So we want to get some different dimensions, and we want to put some on the side. Find the other pipe cleaner, pull, tighten, and twist. And you're not going to see it when we're done, because that's what our ornaments are for. Our ornaments are going to hide once we clip the pipe cleaner. So I'm going to fluff that out and bring that out. All right, let's go turn her around and let's put another set in. There is no right or wrong way. I love beginner-friendly projects that will allow me grace if I make a mistake. That's why I said if you didn't have like glitter pipe cleaners, don't worry about it, because you won't even really see them. All right, so we're going to come in, think down over here in this corner, come in and put, yeah, let's put one over here. Put it here and twist. All right, and pull this one out. Twist it out. Fan her out. Okay, so we got 4 in and 3. All right, so looks like I have enough to do one more with the wide red ribbon because I don't have any more of this one, but that's okay. Let's see. So we're probably gonna come on this side here and put one in right here on the side. Oh, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna put one on that side, guys, because the sign is long. So if I put this over here, we won't see the sign. The sign is gonna cover it. So that would waste another part. So I'm gonna put it right here with this piece of pipe cleaner so that we can still have that pop of color. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm gonna come in and twist. All right. Yeah, I forgot about that. The sign, even though I can't lay eyes on it right now, I don't know what I did with it. I had to find it. It's gonna cover it, so we definitely don't want that. We want to be able to see it. All right, so here now I got to take a look at it. So let's put y'all back so y'all can give opinion. Here we are so far. Bring it a little closer. I feel like it looks like we're missing right here in the middle, but that's where the sign is gonna go. But I've got enough ribbon where I can add just the straight red because I do feel like I want a little bit more of this to show. So I can grab this to the middle, put it back in the center TV. I can grab this in the middle and find me a pipe cleaner to stick her through. Just because, although I love the red, I would like to break up so much of it. And the white kind of helps me do that at the end of the ribbon. And we still have ornaments to do. So this really might be for nothing, but it makes me feel like I'm making it look better to do it. So y'all just have to. Oh my gosh, my mom is in the chat, y'all. This is my mom's first time catching me live. I'm gonna cry. I'm so sensitive. Hey, mommy. Thank you for helping her get here, sister. I know you helped because I didn't. I showed her this a long time ago how to join on YouTube, and then we didn't look back at it no more. All right, so here we are, y'all. Here we are. Let's give a look. My mom is here. I'm so excited. All right, so here's our first swag. So far, so good. There we go. Yay, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. All right, so we're going to put us back on camera because now that we've done this part, the next thing we have to do is, see, it looks nice and we've got that part with the bow, but we don't have any other pops of color in here. And so that we need to change, right? We gotta have some pops of color in here. So that's where our bow ribbon is going to come from. So we've got one that says Merry Christmas with our wire, and it's got our green. These are all the ribbons we used in our bow, y'all. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and I got 3 of these that are like our little plaid. And see how it needs that color? It needs something else. So all we're going to do is what we just did the first time. We're going to lay out our ribbon. We're going to cross our ribbon. I'm going to put the words on the bottom because I need that white to help us break that up. So we've got our X. We're going to pinch, put them together. Now, when we do this time, we're going to V it up. And actually, you know what I should have did? I'm sorry, y'all. We got to cut the dovetail because now we're going to see these. And so we didn't dovetail our red ones, and that's fine, but we don't want all the ribbons to look exactly the same. So we're going to go ahead and dovetail. And whatever direction you cut in, you need to cut them all that way. Because if you don't, then the V is going to look weird. All right, so I'm cutting towards my wire part of my ribbon. So that's how I know. Like, I just decide in the beginning before I start cutting the first one, what direction I'm going to get my dovetails in. All right, so we'll just do them as we cut them. So X, walk it in. Okay, and we got to be mindful because now remember, now we're using a ribbon that has words. So you don't want the back side. See how that's dull on that side? You want the shiny side. So now we got to go back in, remember, and we got to find where do we have these pipe cleaners that we can attach. That's why we use a full-size pipe cleaner and not a smaller one, because we wouldn't have the space. So looks like I'm going to have to share with this one, but that's okay. We're going to come in the middle, and again, pipe cleaner up and twist. Pipe cleaner up and twist. Now we got a whole little different color coming through. We're going to come over here with that. And we still got our red one. What do you think? It needed that color, didn't it? Mom DJ says hello. They are welcoming you. I love that. And I love that, Shay Shay. Everybody calls my mom Mama. So she is loving that because everybody, all our lives, all our friends, my sister and our friends all call my mom Mama. Even the people at my day job always say, can I call you Mom? So she is everybody's favorite mom. So, all right, we're going to go ahead, and because that just made me so happy. Oh, all right, so I'm cutting my second dovetail. I think I'm only going to put 2, y'all, because we got our bow, right? We still got to get our bow on. And then I got to go find this sign, because then the last, they do, sister, don't they? And then eventually all my friends call my sister. We've always done it. I've always called her sister. So then everybody starts, when we are doing service projects and stuff together, they be like, sister. And so everybody calls my mom, and they call sister. I used to get mad. I'm going to be, in this face, I'm going to tell y'all, they used to bother me. Be like, that's my mama. That's my sister. But I realized that I'm very lucky and I have to share them with the world. So I can't act like that. So thank goodness I grew out of that a long time ago. But I used to be rough on people. Be calling my mama. My mother is probably laughing about that because she used to be like, Dale, stop being so mean. She's always fussing me like that. She tell me to stop being like that. Mama, you remember that? I was not having it. Don't be calling my mama. Or my sister. But I'm better now. I'm better now. Okay. This one is in. She coming along, y'all. She looking real good. She looking real good. So I'm going to move my ribbons where I want them to be. The wire lets me be flexible. But I really think we needed that pop of color. I think y'all would agree. We definitely needed some white in there. All right. So now we're good there. We got our nether ribbon there. So here we go. Now give me a second because I gotta figure out, when y'all see how big this sign is, y'all gonna be like, how did you lose that? But I can't lose stuff without even moving, so you'd be amazed. I'll be right back as soon as I find my sign. The apartment is not that big. No kidding. Where's the sign? This is crazy, y'all. What? I swear on everything, I have not gotten up. The sign is huge. Like, where did I do it? This is crazy. Like, I swear, this apartment is not that long. Right here. Silly. Look, here you go. Here we go. So we're going to put, now this is a repurposed sign. I used this sign like 2 holidays, maybe 3 holidays ago. And we're going to use this on our wreath because that wreath has had better days. And it is time for her to, be retired. So we're going to go ahead and give her new life. Now, how are we going to stick this down? So a couple things I want to make sure that, and I should have did this before we started so that it could dry. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 2 pipe cleaners and we're going to figure out where we want it to go. Because now remember, we got our hook right here and we knew it was going to be long. So, and let's keep where our money is. We spent a free stick. That's free. We spent $7 for the roll, but we only used 1. So that's $4. So we're $4 into the project. And our ribbons were 3 different ribbons at $1.25 a piece. So $3.75 plus the $4. Right now, before we put our sign on, we are $7.75 into our swag project. Okay. Now this sign, like I said, I already had this and I'm repurposing, but Dollar Tree has plenty of signs that you can get for $1.25. If you don't want that one, I want you to be on the lookout for. I'm going to show you all this. I don't know if you've ever seen these at Walmart, but as soon as it goes on clearance time for the holidays, they're going to put this sign on sale for 25 cents. I kid you not. I have a whole bag of them. I bought them last year. I like them because they came already with the wire. They came already with a hook if I wanted to hook it. And all you had to do was, if you like this, you could like it. I didn't like it. But I painted them white and used permanent vinyl to make signs. And if I had done that, this could have stuck automatically on, but I didn't want us to have to wait. But I want y'all to know that these exist because some people will say, well, how can I sell this, for $50 or $60? Because that's what it's going for on Etsy. And they see a Dollar Tree sign, they're not going to want to buy that. Right. But they've not seen this. And if you paint this white and repurpose it, it becomes a part of your wreath or your swag, and they would never even know that. Now, but because the sign that I want to use, we're going to stick it right here in the middle. So I've got to determine where my pipe cleaner needs to go in order for it to stick. So I am thinking the easiest way for me to do it is probably going to be, so what I'll do is I'll take a pipe cleaner, the long one, and I'll stabilize it with another one so that I can get an extra long wire. So that's just 2 pipe cleaners put together. Okay. And they won't come loose once they're like that. So now I've got to decide, because the stick is in the middle, I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go down through here. I think I'm going to come down through the O and the W first. Let's just see if that could work. Let's just see. So what I would do would be to take it. And anytime you use a pipe cleaner or something that's going to be seen, you got to come up with a plan on how you're going to hide it. So I'm going to twist my pipe cleaner to lock it in first, right? And if I know it's going to work, once I test it for sure, then I'm going to hot glue gun the back of that so it doesn't move. And then we'll get creative on how we're going to cover it up because we don't want that hanging out and we see it, right? Because that looks crazy. All right, so we would stick our pipe cleaner down through the sign. And now we're going to turn her over and try to get it to wrap around our stick. Come up through here. Sorry if your view is a little messed up, but I got to try to organize it first and then I can show you. I don't mind if it's mashing down my mesh because that's actually helping cover where the sign is coming in at. So I'm meshing here. I'm twisting here real good. Okay, I'm going to turn it over and make sure that that's where I want it. Put the mesh underneath. All right, I think that's going to work. So because I think that's going to work, I'm going to get my glue gun, which was already in, and I'm just going to apply a generous amount of hot glue here. This is very hot. It's been on since we started. So if you do this, be careful. Be really careful. I got a pin over here to help me mash this down a little bit. I also got those little hot glue stick things from the Dollar Tree, but I don't know what I did with those either. My family will tell y'all the more I declutter, the more I lose. All right, so I'm going to cut this part away because I don't need it. All right, and we're going to let that dry. The good thing is it can go on my mat, and that's fine. All right, so now let's pull you up a little bit because it's time to decorate. It's time to put the finishing touches. Did y'all come up with a name yet? Now, y'all supposed to be helping me name it. Did we come up with our name yet? While we wait to hear, we're going to pull out our ornaments. Because remember, I told y'all we repurposed this sign. This sign has seen better days. So first things first is we got some holes in it, right? Because that's where it used to stick. So what's going to help us with that is we went and we found some baby ornaments. And we could take our little tops off. We've got the glitter ones. This was $1.25. So where were we at? Keep me honest in the chat. We were at $7.75, right? That's where we were, right? $7.75. So now to add $1.25 to that, we're gonna put our glue here, and we're gonna stick our ornament on. Apply a little pressure. Now you can use ribbon to do this. Oops, trying to fall over. I'm just applying a little pressure. You could use jingle bells if you wanted to do that to hold it down. It's tilting. Okay, that's okay. I think I'll go to the side with it a little bit. Okay, I want to do the other side because I don't like that that's hanging out. And actually, I'm going to see if I can. Yep, that just got better. I cut the tip off. They cost so much in the store. I was looking when I was at Hobby Lobby yesterday, and I seen one for $99. I'm like, no way. I can make it, but we need to be able to sell it. If you go look, I'm going to cut the edge off of here. It's nice and pliable. A pair of regular scissors can do it. This way, the ornament can sit flush on the letter, which is what we really wanted. They're selling them for $60 and $70 on Etsy. Now, let's say you got to start out and you got to go with family members, right? And you want them to kind of spread the word that you make holiday wreaths. And maybe you don't want to charge your family members, you know, $60, which is what you could get, but they would be willing to pay $40. And right now, what are we? $7.75 plus $1.25. So what are we? That's $9 in. That's not a bad markup. And all we're doing is putting where those holes were, because I didn't like that those holes were there. I didn't like that. All right, so that's just a little. Now this, I still don't like this, but I got to figure out what I need to do to cover that, because I don't like that I can see where that was. So I'm going to go in now. We're almost done now, y'all. I'm going in and I'm cutting pipe cleaners that are hanging out, because we don't need them anymore. We don't have anything else that we need to tie in, but we want them out the way, and we're going to put some ornaments there to cover those. So I'm just checking while I think about what I'm going to do about that, because I really don't like that little ribbon hanging there. If I were to do it again and say, I would screw the wire in the back of the sign before I started. That's what I would do. But for now, it's okay. All right, so now we're going to take some of our ornaments. These came out of here. Let me show you. These came out of this big case, came from Walmart for $5.97. You're going to be able to make at least 2 to 3 wreaths. Christmas wreath. Yes, I see that. I do see that. And it is. I'm loving it too. I'm glad you like it. So I think we've got to bring the white in, right? Because we want to make sure, or do y'all think silver? Let me show you the wreath and you tell me your thoughts. So what you want to do with your bigger ornaments is you want to cover where the in this case, where our ribbon came in. So we would put one there. We'd be able to come over here and put one. Do you guys think silver will bring it out more? Or do you think white? Or do you think a combination of them? Which ones do you like the best? If we're going to add in, I'm thinking a combination though. What do you guys think? You help me. I'm thinking a combination. Combo? You thinking combo too? Okay, I was thinking combo too. Just because I want the white, but I think because the ribbon wire is silver. Doris, you think the silver? Okay, let's grab a few of the silver. They got some with texture and some without. In order to make them stick, y'all, you want to take off the little hanger piece that comes on them. They just pop off really easy. And I do think, you know, if your scissors will let you, the smaller ones were a lot easier to cut. I don't want to crack it, but okay. They did let me cut it off with no problem. So I would suggest that way once you put the hot glue, you just got to take your time and kind of work the scissors on it to make it come off. So I'm going to put in the silver. Now, you say either or. Alicia says the combo. And then do y'all think the smooth or the texture? I feel like the texture gives it more character. I do feel like the silver, but I don't have a lot now. Let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not like we're about to put a million of these on here, but because we use the red, okay. I think I gotta go with the silver. I think the silver is jazzing me, and I like them because I got textured ones, and I don't have a textured one or a smooth one in the white. So I think I'm gonna go silver. Whoever says silver and the texture and flat, I just gotta go because I'll be here all night and y'all will be mad at me. Y'all don't even know It's so hard for me to make a decision on stuff. I love when other people can decide for me. I have to decide all day in my day job. So if y'all can help me with the crafting part, I like that. All right, first one down. First one down. She's cute. We're going to put one up in here. We're going to put a textured one, I think, right here. Though I see a pipe cleaner trying to hang out, I'm going to put that under the ribbon. I'm going to generously apply the hot glue. And we're going to just put her right down. Press her down. So if we said it was, I don't even know how many came in that case for $6. Does it tell me how many? Because I want y'all to know how much it would. Okay, so we got 26 of them. 26 of them for $5.97. Somebody do the math for me. How much is each ornament? If it cost us $6 and 26 of them, how much is each ornament? So we can count out our pricing. We want to be clear on how much we're making. Anybody willing to do the math for me? My mother is amazing on math. Mama, what's the math? That's what she did for a living with her job. Is all that math. Okay, we gotta get, is it stuck? Okay, it's sticking, but I feel like it's gonna rise up over here. So let's put a little more glue and stick her down. I don't know. That don't feel right. 156? No, wait a minute. I think, what did I say? It was $5.97 divided by 26. 22 cents. It's 22 cents. No, not 6. I'm sorry, sister. What I meant, right, not times, divided by. I'm sorry. I should have said divided by. The reason I say that is because depending on how many of these we use, we have to add that to the $9 so we know how much this project cost us. Because we want to make sure that we are not overspending and not, that we know what our profit margins are going to be if we decide to sell this to people. Okay. So anywhere you see a pipe cleaner in the way, I want you to cut that out. And then this is up to you where they go. There is, again, a very forgiving project, no right or wrong to this. So I'm sticking these where I want. Press it down, let the glue, make sure I could take a little more glue on this side over here. For that one, press it. I'm sorry, I messed that up. I meant to say. All right, so that's that. Now, the one thing we didn't put on it, we still have to come back and do that last piece, and then I guess we will unveil her. Have y'all figured out how I can solve that? Because that is really bothering me. we got to put our bow on. So I think we're going to put our bow first before we, oh, could I? Don't cover too much. All right, so our bow is going to go on here. We got our wire cleaners, pipe cleaners rather. Got to find my way back inside here. The other good thing is when you use Deco mesh, you can actually stick the pipe cleaner through the holes of the Deco mesh. Oh, Red Angel, let us know. Was trying to think of name. Red Angel. Angel Red. Oh, Angel Red. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Angel Red. Red. She red, but so are you. All right, so let's turn her. Where did it go? Okay, you got to hold on to that other half of the, where did it go? What would it be? That's only one side. Where's the other side? Oh, there it is. I'm like, where did it go, y'all? I lost the pipe cleaner, but I found her. Bring her back through. She's trying to hang out with one of the Cruffles. All right, so all I'm doing is twisting under the bottom. I know you can't see that part. I'm sorry. All right, so now we can You know, I could possibly use a part of my bow to cover that imperfection that I don't like, but I want the word snow to show. So now I'm just fluffing the bow that we made earlier. That's got a little bit of everything in it. We've got our ribbons hanging out. I'm just pulling them out. Those are the tails we made. You'll be fluffing forever with a wreath. Just kind of still fussing with it. And sometimes you have to tell yourself less is more because you'll want to just keep adding. We got to add, we do have to add a couple more ornaments to the bow. I mean, to the bottom. And I'm going to pull my feet up so I can really see it from this angle. And I should move it so y'all can really see what we're doing to the bottom. Okay. What do you think so far? We are darn near done. We're going to come on the big screen so you can see it. Right now, I'm just straightening out the wire for the ribbon, making sure we can see that. I do still got to figure out how I'm going to cover that wire part because I don't like that. And that would just say if you were going to do it, you would screw the pipe cleaners to the back before you laid the sign. And then you won't have the issue that I'm having right now. We having this issue because I didn't do that. And so there's nothing to cover. Right now, the ribbon, I mean, I guess the ribbon could cover it if I let it, but I had to figure that out. I might put another little baby ornament there. I feel like this one's gonna come on. Hold on. Letting it do. All right, y'all. I really think that we are about to be. Let's see. What I got. Oh, I forgot. We have this too. I forgot this one. So this was one of our little inserts. And what I would do with these, just so you know, I think I told y'all. So we were at $9 and we used so far 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Probably should put like, yeah, I think we probably should put an ornament down here. Just so there is more. Do you think we need an ornament at the bottom? Or is the bottom okay without an ornament? What do you think? Before we put the picks. Because picks tend to go in the top. You think we need an ornament down here at the bottom? Or you think that's too much? I told you, you would just keep adding if somebody don't stop you. So I need y'all to hold me accountable. Should I stop? Or would y'all put a little ornament down there at the bottom? Don't need it? You say you don't need it? I believe y'all because I'm telling y'all I've been a it. All right. So one of the ways that you could get a lot of bandwidth from your picks is you can cut them apart and use like one piece at a time. Dor says stop. Look, everybody like stop. You see? And I listen. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do it because y'all told me to stop. And I promise I'm not gonna wait till the live is over and go back in. I'm not gonna do it. So you just cut off a few of your little picks. And now I can decide, does it need a little thing hanging out? And I know this is not the ornament, so this is different. In my mind, y'all, this is different than me asking y'all, should I stop? Y'all like, you asked me about the ornament, but you determined to put that pick in this wreath, ain't you? Yes. Yes, I am. Only because I just thought the wreath was, I mean, the pick was so pretty. I had never seen that before. So I really want to figure out a way. I'm not going to put a bunch. I'm only going to put 2. So we're going to get a little bit of glue. And then you say, please don't. Okay, all right. Everybody hollering at me. Not a problem. All right, so let's do this. Let's come back on the main. Let's actually, let me do this. Let's remove this because, oops. Okay, think y'all only can see me. So now I can move that out the way. And are y'all ready for Red Angel? Here's Red Angel, y'all. Here is your $9.75 holiday wreath. Totally sellable to family, friends, Etsy if you got an Etsy shop. If you go into a pop-up shop this holiday season. Again, I had this sign. If I was going to sell this, I would make one. Or I would repurpose one. You can get a pack of 10 wooden circles on Amazon to make door signs. They would be the perfect size for this. A can of spray paint that you're going to get plenty of use out of, right? And some vinyl if you got a Cricut machine, or rub and buff letters, y'all. But $9 is what it costs you. Does this look like a $9 wreath to you? Y'all can tell me. Y'all can tell me. But I don't think it looked like a $9 wreath. So now we've got to take the finger of it all. So here is our door hook. This I already had. I buy these when Hobby Lobby put everything on clearance. Glue sticks to the back. And this to be hanging on the door, y'all. We did it. Y'all like it? Look, let me see the chat. Oh, thank you, Milani. That's my niece. All right, so that is the live. I am DJ. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. If you have not already subscribed to my channel over here, We Craft for Money, I really hope that you will. We are the money makers over here. And while we do love crafting, there is always a way to make some supplemental income. And why should that not go to you? So like, comment, and subscribe. Once the live is over, I will put links to where I got mostly everything and the measurements in case you want to try to create this yourself. But remember, all of this started with a free paint stick from the Home Depot. I don't think it gets any better than that. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out in the chat with me. Thanks for showing love to my mom and my sister, y'all, who they were here with us. And I hope that I see you again in my next live or my next video. Bye, everybody. Bye. Until next time.